But the Da Vinci Code is filled with clues, anagrams, and symbols which drive the story and also define the main attributes of the central characters in the Greeks conquered Kemet in 332 BCE. They changed the name of Kemet to Egypt. They changed the name of Asar to Osiris. They changed the name of Aset to Isis. They changed the name of Heru to Horus. They took our stuff, Europeanized it, and passed it off to their people and the world as their own creation. And so, as we move forward, we have to begin to understand that in the early depictions, early recorded history of Christianity was all about identifying architectural secrets of the African contributions to culture and civilization that have literally been hidden in plain sight within the architecture and symbolism in the capital of the wealthiest and most powerful nation on earth, Washington, D.C. It's all connected. It's all there if your eye is trained in order to pull out the knowledge that is literally hidden in plain sight. Langdon went on to talk about how sun discs that were worn by Neteru in ancient Kemet became halos within Christianity. He talked about how the temples of ancient Kemet became the prototype for the cathedrals that were built in Europe and elsewhere throughout the world. The Decoded, which were built in Kemet, which is a symbol that represents Asar. It is the oldest symbol of resurrection in the history of humanity. It was created in Kemet 4,000 years before the birth of Jesus. Every temple in Kemet had Decoded in front of them. And that when Europeans conquered Kemet, they took elements of ancient Kemetic temple construction and incorporated them into their designs of cathedrals. Hence, the steeple in the church is an attempt to replicate the Decoded which stood in front of the temples of ancient Kemet. It's very clear to art historians and to architects. Jesus was portrayed as a revolutionary man of color. Read the text. It says he had hair like lamb's wool, feet the color of burnt grass. They're talking about a person of color. But what's interesting is to understand how elements of the Kemetic story were grafted into the Christian retelling of the African story. Heru became the path that led to resurrection. And Asar became the path which led to everlasting life. Their personality was merged together in the newly created personality of Jesus Christ. And then the Europeans took the next step, a critical step, and made Jesus Christ a European. So, what accounts for this radical transformation? We have to understand that every free people exercise the prerogative that their freedom gives them to identify a source greater than them, a God, a creator, in an appearance that looks just like them. Every culture sees God through their own cultural lens, except the cultures that have been conquered or enslaved. Only conquered people, only enslaved people see the Creator through the eyes of their conquerors and enslavers. That is a historical fact. So, let's examine Constantine's use of Christianity as a weapon. Books find us. Okay, books find us. And when you understand the power of books, when an author writes a book, their spirit goes into that book. And as you're reading, that spirit goes into your consciousness. And that spirit makes connections with your consciousness that allows you to begin to understand things that you never thought you could understand. You don't get that from watching television.